What is going on? Welcome back to another episode of the Wired Sound Podcast. Today we have a guest. We have Racquel Goldy, who's a friend. She's a radio host currently on Insomniac Radio. She's also just a legendary content creator.
Oh, thank you.
And just absolutely crushing it in the dance music world, as well as a bit of like K-pop, everything like that, right?
It's fun.
Welcome to the podcast.
Thanks for having me. It's so great. It feels like home being here.
I know. So, yeah, for those of you that don't know, Racquel used to be part of the Wired Sound Academy team.
Yes.
And I've just been loving seeing your progression and absolutely crushing it in the content and
We've been friends for like 5 years, 6 years. It's been a long time. So it's so great to be able to
I think it was pre-COVID friendship maybe. So
sit down together and actually, chat.
So, what have you been up to? You've been traveling a lot, right?
Traveling a lot. I'm going back to Korea in a couple of weeks. I'm so excited. We had EDC Vegas, obviously, in May, so that was really crazy, and like getting to do all those interviews in real time.
Were you backstage doing like the interviews at the little...
So we were up. Oh, I don't even know. It was backstage, but it was like up, so we were overlooking EDC, which was sick. But my ADHD, I was like, okay, Raquel, focus in these interviews because like the fireworks are going off. Like Dom Dolla and Tiesto are walking by, and I'm just like, oh my god, there's so much happening, but I need to be locked into the interviews. But it was really crazy.
You got through it.
Yeah, we got through it. The sound bites were amazing. The clips were great.
Was this for Vegas? Or?
For Vegas, yeah.
What was the backstage? Because I know I talked about this before. When I went, there was like a whole backstage separate party that was like themed. For me, it was like a 70s disco scene.
So I was working the whole time. We were doing interviews from 7 p.m. till 3 a.m.
Okay.
So I
didn't get to immerse.
No, I didn't. I didn't even really go I went to the festival for Armin and for a little bit of the end of Martin Garrix on Sunday, and like that's all I saw.
Okay.
But honestly,
is that sad? Does that hurt you a little bit that you're like...
I'm there to work.
Yeah.
So I think I've been doing this for so long too, like I'll see them again. Like, not to be a brat, but, I've been in it before. I've been to EDC Orlando. It was so much fun, but I'm glad I got to see the two sets. But I was like, oh, I'm there for working. I think it was different, too, for me because I am just a radio host. A lot of the other hosts are DJs themselves, so they were more inclined to go off and see what the deal was. But I was like, no, I'm the host, so I'm here to work. And
I feel that.
And do it.
It is awesome playing like one of those festivals though, because then you're like, I get to like finish my set and go see some of my favorite DJs in the world. Just like crush it.
I mean, the two that I saw, it was great. So,
okay. Wait, so you said you see Martin Garrix?
So the end of Martin Garrix, and then I saw the first half of Armin van Buren, which was really great. So
yeah, and you saw some of the back end. Did you see it getting set up and everything? Or
didn't see it getting set up because we were there.
You just like hop in right when it started.
Friday we were there early, so it was before sunset, which was really cool to see it in the daylight still. And then obviously when the sun was setting and the fireworks and everything, it was crazy. It was crazy.
And sorry, one more time. You said you started at 7, and what time did you finish?
3 a.m.
Okay. At least it wasn't until 6 a.m. because I know it goes.
I mean, by the time we left, that was like
I
think the first day was like 5, and so I went to bed at 6, 7.
It's such a weird feeling, right? And then you wake back up at like 3 p.m. and you're like, all right, time to do it again.
Yeah, well, and I don't know because you're anxious, you know what you're there for, you like have to do stuff. I woke up way before my alarm.
Yeah.
I was like, God damn it.
I hate that.
I was like, why? I could have slept more, but I was just like so jacked up and jet lag and...
Yeah. Do you have like, so I've been having like, this is a little bit of DJ PTSD, but I've been having like flight nightmares, but it's not really like a typical flight, like crashing, like nightmare.
Well, that's good, I guess.
But it's more like I'm just starting to freak out about like 16-hour flights, and I'm like, I'm boarding a flight for 16 hours, and that's
no, and actually,
that's the whole
I'm really excited.
Nightmare, I should say.
I'm really excited to go to Korea and be on that 12-hour flight because I know no one's going to be able to reach me.
Okay.
So I'm going to be...
It's peace and quiet.
I'm going to watch my K-drama for 12 hours. I'm going to be fed multiple times, and I'm just going to enjoy my flight.
You're good with it. I'm starting to develop like just a little flight anxiety, and I'm like, fuck, where is this coming from?
I had some flight anxiety going to EDC just because that's when there was like a lot of flight stuff happening. I was like, I have to get there. Like, this is non-negotiable. I had like a little bit of that.
No fun, yeah.
Yeah, the long flight, I'm like, please, no one bother me. I beg of you.
I'm touring in DC this weekend, and I'm bringing my son and my girl with me for the first time. But first time with him flying.
Oh, that might be a little stressful.
And I'm like, I don't know how this is going to go.
Does he have his headphones?
No. What are those?
The baby headphones. You got to get the headphones so their ears don't pop.
Oh, is that okay? We were trying to like look up. We were like looking up things for them.
Go
to
on TikTok.
Bite.
Yeah, I guess they.
I'm
not a mom, but I have so many friends with kids. But I know like when they bring their kids on flights, they need to drink a bottle or eat something so their ears don't.
Yeah.
Something with the
to
ears.
Pop.
I don't know.
I've been seeing a lot of the baby raves lately,
Oh
too.
my God, I know. You should play some.
I know. I was thinking about just starting to throw him down. He would love that.
He would love that.
Was it Lenny Pierce, I think, is the guy in Australia?
You should just, like, low-key, not copy his brand.
Yeah, I know.
But you should look at it.
Well, my son, I sent a video to Alexia from our school the other day. He held up the play Wheels on the Bus thing.
Stop.
It's
my God, that's so cute.
But and he was like requesting that Lenny Pierce song. So.
Yeah, Vinny Vibe's son both of his kids are very music
EDM.
inclined and
Okay.
love EDM. And if his son's vibe and like the music, then we know it's going to be a banger.
Yeah, that's how you know.
That's how we know.
That's your audience to test it out.
Yeah. The 2-year-old, 2 and under crowd. Yeah.
Do you work with Vinny Vibe? Were you working on a label or what was the?
So I was day-to-day managing him basically, and
Okay.
then I host his radio show. So yeah, but he's been traveling a lot touring with Pitbull.
He's Pitbull's like tour DJ or is he?
Yeah, so they rotate them with a lot of the globalization DJs on SiriusXM, but he's.
Yeah, I remember you were on Pitbull's radio for a
That's
while
how we.
too.
Oh no, we met because of Revolution.
Yeah.
We go way back, guys.
Yeah. Throwback.
lots of changes.
So you've been working with a lot of active artists in the scene that are crushing it. Like, what are you seeing that these artists are doing, like content-wise and everything, to kind of keep relevant?
You're king of content. He was on my show on Insomniac last week, and I was like, you're king of content. Keep doing it. Because you make it all about your brand, and I think that's really important. I think so many people are just like, I have to post on socials, and I need to do what insert artist name is trending is doing well, and they kind of not copy it exactly, but kind of tailor it to that. And I think that's just not really the best way to do social strategy for sure.
Make it around you and your music.
Yeah, and you have to, even with my own content for myself, if I see a trend that's trending, I still will cater it to like what my brand is as a content creator. I'm not going to just post something that doesn't make sense for me, because then people are going to be like, where is this coming from?
It's coming out of left field,
Yeah, I think whenever I'm working with an artist for social strategy, I'm always like, what are your 3 tiers of content, and what are we trying to accomplish with those, because it can be so different for everyone.
Yeah, it's weird because I've been like diving. I guess my algorithm on TikTok is going like more content creator stuff.
Yeah.
Because I see all these content coaches.
Oh my God,
like,
that's so funny.
It's just like nonstop. But I just learned about like the archetype thing where it's like, are you like a hero or are you a jester? Like literally, I'm like, I guess I'm a jester.
I feel like we're all jesters in the industry. So.
But it's crazy because you can kind of relate those to certain artists. You're like, oh, like Dylan Francis definitely like checks that box, or like it's interesting because you start to see how it relates.
You're like wait a minute, I'm paying attention to what their content's doing now.
I know it's like I know too much now.
Yeah.
But I guess it's something that artists you need to think about nowadays. Is like how are you perceived online, and what's the what's your brand? Because like you work all this time on making good music. No one's going to hear it unless you do these things to like.
If you are an artist in 2025 not on social media, what are you doing?
I know by now. I mean, I'm sure
doing?
People have heard this over and over and over again.
I think it's real though, because I was on a podcast. It was social media strategy based a couple weeks, and I was like, if you do not put yourself on social media, do not expect for things to happen to you.
Yeah.
I was just talking to a friend, and she literally told me, she's like, because my song's not trending, it's not getting added to XYZ radio stations. And I was like, yep, that's how that happens.
Yeah, I mean, I just look at it, it's just like any kind of marketing is always changing.
Yeah.
But it's free. I mean, so like why wouldn't you?
We're not being charged, so you might as well do it.
Yeah. Any like content secrets that you want to share with people that
I think it is just figuring out your tiers or pillars, as I like to call it, because if you are just throwing all this random, can I curse? Shit?
Yeah.
All this random shit at the wall, and it's not making sense, and it's giving your followers whiplash, then people are going to unfollow you.
Yeah.
So it really is just trying to figure it out. I was working with...
what do you mean by pillars, real quick? Sorry.
So basically, like for you as a DJ, you have content pillars. It'll be like, I'm just saying, like education, comedy, new music. So that's the content that you're making, even if you don't realize that you're doing it. Like that's subconsciously what you're doing. So I was working with DJs a couple years ago, and we were trying to figure out what their content pillars were, because they had been around for a while. And I was like, okay, you guys have been around for a while, but you don't have a very big digital footprint. So let's really get that going. So one thing was education. One pillar was education. Another was comedy, because they were funny and just like these two dudes that are just making comedy themed whatever. and then new music releases,
Okay.
and, like remixes. So that's what their content was about, and it was working. It was doing pretty good.
Yeah, you don't have to reinvent the wheel with a lot of this
literally
stuff.
no,
It's
you
like,
don't.
You know,
It's
just find what
just-
makes you a little bit unique, sprinkled in there.
Yeah. And I mean, the thing that already makes you guys unique is that you are your own individual artists and you're doing your own original music. So that right there,
Yeah.
no one else is doing that. They're not copying you.
Yeah, they can't make that same song.
Yeah, they're not.
Unless they're using a Splice vocal.
Yeah,
that
exactly.
million
And
people
like
have
then
used.
whatever, that's a different situation. So
Yeah.
I think it's figuring that out for sure.
Okay, sorry, I cut you off before.
No, it's okay.
What were we talking about? So you were going into from the pillar conversation.
Yeah, just that. No, just that. Like figuring
Okay.
that out. I think that's so important because if you're just throwing random shit at the wall, like
It's just not gonna
it's just
work.
not gonna stick.
Yeah, the way I did it, I mean, I just kind of like, I kind of did that.
Yeah, but you
But then
had to
eventually I
figure it
figured out,
Yeah,
I was like,
yeah.
you know, it's kind of like a testing period. Like, okay,
Yeah.
what are people like, liking for
And then you
me on
figured it
that
out.
side? And then,
Yeah.
then lean deeper into it.
Yeah, see, you did it.
But yeah.
You didn't
it,
know,
It definitely
but you
was a
did it.
learning curve, yeah.
Yeah.
With that. But yeah, it's interesting to see, like, I think a lot of artists struggled from, there was like a lot of these artists that blew up from like Spotify editorial playlists, and then they
Yes.
didn't convert real fans
Yep.
because they were just like having passive listeners.
Yeah.
And then they realized, oh shit, I have to like put myself out there as a
Yeah, I mean-
person, or else people aren't gonna follow me.
I think it can be reversed as well though, because you could be doing really well on socials and on TikTok, and then it's just one song that goes viral, and then you're not seeing that conversion to listens and streams, and then you're done. So I feel like it's definitely like finding the balance.
The balance where it's about the music enough,
Yeah.
and not just like a cheesy, gimmicky
Yeah.
thing that people are like, yeah,
Doing. Yeah.
I know.
It's hard, guys.
yeah.
It's so
But you
hard.
really don't need that many. I mean, yeah, I know everyone's like posting their monthly listener count. Like at the end of the day, if you have 1,000 hardcore
Fans?
like that's probably more than a lot of some of the biggest acts in the
I saw a
in the dance
quote
music world.
that was like it had, because I'm always, I feel like way too into my numbers and like everything. I'm like,
Yeah.
God, what's happening? But I saw a quote. It was like, if you got 500 likes or have 500 followers, if that amount of people walked up to you on the street and said hi to you, that's a lot of people.
Yeah.
Like you should be grateful for that. You're doing good if you have at least even 500 followers and you're trying to do something.
Yeah,
I was
and
like, oh wait, that's true. You right? Like if I had 23,000 people walk up to me on a daily basis on the street,
You'd be
that's
like, that's a
insane.
shit ton,
That's,
yeah.
that's a ton of people. Like, it's
yeah,
okay,
sometimes
guys.
it's easy to forget that kind of stuff.
Yeah, and I think it's like, oh, if I don't have 500,000 followers, I'm not doing anything. But that's not true.
Yeah.
So don't be too hard on yourself.
I like to ask a lot of guests like what are their thoughts on like the AI direction of things. I mean, as a radio host, and like I'm starting to have a little bit of concerns if like an AI is going to be starting to DJ these
Me too.
clubs, but
I can't even tell you how many meetings I've been in the past 3
like,
years. That's been
AI,
like,
AI.
don't worry, guys. Verbatim. Don't worry, guys. AI isn't taking your job yet. I was like,
yet.
Yet? I was like, okay, well, have a robot do an artist interview and see how well that goes.
Yeah, that's what I think.
No one's gonna want to do it.
And that's why I think we're going to continue to succeed as like people.
Yeah.
And that's
Humans?
Yeah, as humans, because people don't want to attach to a robot.
I mean,
don't
listen, I
think.
love ChatGPT. I
Yeah,
will
I mean,
ask it to do a tarot card pull and to do like a medical question if I need to. But
Don't
I'm
go the
not-
medical route.
but like a random, not like a random, like, can I mix this medication? You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Whatever. Like a question, can I take this if I'm allergic to this? But yeah, no, like I don't want to be, if I was an artist, I wouldn't want to be interviewed by a robot. There's
Yeah.
no human connection.
I saw a lot of like there was like an article about a Spotify artist that had like 500,000 listeners, and someone found out that it was AI, and I'm like, damn. But and then also Spotify was like pushing them
Of course.
on the playlist because they get that money back.
Right, it's just that-
because they
it's
own
just that.
they're owned by Spotify.
But I feel like at a point there's going to be a situation where like, I mean, there's going to be a lot of lawsuits, I'm
Yeah,
sure,
it
as
should have
already
already
happening.
existed,
There's
yeah.
going to happen. YouTube just said they weren't going to give any money to AI artists, I think.
Creators,
Or,
yeah.
something like that. So I was like, good.
Yeah,
a robot.
I hope it goes that direction. I know
Yeah.
everyone's like, why can't they just like do our taxes?
Right. Why can't can they do something for good?
Yeah,
Like
I don't
something
really
like that?
want to have to deal with taxes. That
Yeah.
would be helpful.
Oh, God.
Anyways,
Or like anything like that.
so
really.
your sentiment is kind of
No.
similar to me, right?
I mean,
Like, that's
also,
just-
iRobot is scary movie.
I know.
So like they're gonna kill us and eat us. I don't know.
It's gonna happen.
Yeah.
Okay.
Everything in moderation, guys. It's fine.
So in the meantime, keep posting TikToks.
Yeah, just post your silly little TikToks and see what happens.
Yeah, that's it. So all right, you have a big trip up to, you said, to Korea in a couple weeks?
Very soon.
And
yes.
so tell me about the K-pop world, because it's something I'm completely oblivious to.
It's
like,
crazy.
what is it like working in that world?
Yeah, so I started my own creative agency in April, doing a lot of song plugging for K-pop for Korea and managing an artist, Zach Abel, for Asia, and just like handling all of that. But yeah, it's very different. It's so completely different. I've been working in K-pop in different capacities for 5 years now.
Okay.
So it's just so interesting, like how the inner workings are. Everything is very in-house in the agencies. They don't do management outside, and like everything is in the agency, basically. So it's just very interesting. Now a lot of songwriters and producers are trying to get into that space because they know they can make so much money with the physical album sales still. But yeah, it's really fun. It's really just different. The artistry is at a whole other level because they're singing, dancing to a level of like so big. It's beyond your even wildest imagination, and they work so hard. Like the artists work so hard. So yeah, it's really crazy.
So you're working in that space, and then you interview some of the big K-pop artists and stuff like that?
I'll interview them as well. So
Anyone we would know, like any K-pop people that...
I've interviewed... P1 Harmony is really big. I've interviewed them. I'm trying to think. I feel like people ask me this question. I'm like, who have I talked to? I interviewed a really big boy group in Japan, Travis Japan. I flew to Japan and saw their concert. It was really fun.
That's so cool. I love Japan, by the way.
God, yeah, you went. You had a great time. But I think I also just love when I go over there. I feel like everyone's like K-pop, but I love going to the clubs. Like the club scene out there is crazy.
Yeah, I didn't go last time. I was doing just the touristy stuff.
Like we gotta go because it's so crazy. I haven't really done a deep dive in Japan. I know there is that space as well, but in Korea, like I will be leaving the club with my sunglasses on at 9 a.m. just having the time of my life.
Yeah,
like,
the party scene's pretty awesome.
It's crazy. Out there yeah, it's very similar to Miami. I feel like.
Yeah.
But it's so fun, and like a lot of my friends are DJs, and they're just so happy to just play music. Like it's crazy that they're just genuinely happy.
Yeah, you think the energy's better over there in clubs, like the?
It's very different because, to be frank, like drugs are very illegal there, so no one's doing drugs. Everyone's just drinking alcohol and like happy and living their best life. And here it's very different.
I know,
but
it feels healthier over there, even though.
I mean, they're drinking a lot. I don't know if it's healthier, but livers, I don't know, but. I don't even drink.
I guess
that
it feels
much,
more laid back. I don't know. I can't.
It's
explain
definitely.
it.
It's so much chiller there.
Yeah.
Like I can go in this outfit and no one's saying 2 words to me, and you don't need to be in heels and a dress and like.
Yeah,
like in
done
Miami.
Up, and they're not like rude to you at like security guards and stuff.
I have a very skewed, I think,
perception
because I am friends with so many DJs, so I'm just like walking in with them and being like, "Hey guys, I'm here." But yeah, I mean, regular stories I hear for the most part are good and chill, and like everyone's just going to have fun and party.
Yeah, what clubs did you hit in Japan that?
I went to C'est La Vie. This was a while ago. Okay. Because I didn't go this last trip. It was my first trip to Japan. We went to C'est La Vie, and then we went to some random club in Shibuya. That was like
that's like the spot.
Foreigners in, and I was like, "Hey, hi, we're here."
Yeah, Shibuya apparently is like the
spot.
Party scene.
Yeah, I know Roppongi has some clubs because I have some Korean DJ friends who play there, and then I think that's it.
Yeah, I want
to. I don't know. I don't really know Japan like that, like with the club scene that well.
Yeah. If any Japanese talent buyers are watching.
I know they opened. Oh wait, where's Axon playing in? Nico and Sway are playing there.
Oh
Zook,
yeah.
Zook.
Okay.
Zook just opened. So that's crazy.
Is that a recent opening?
Zook Japan. Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
So
I was talking to Nico and Sway after their show the other day, and they were like showing me their whole itinerary. For all the places they were going to go, and it's their first time in Japan.
Oh my god, the food! First of all, the food, guys, in Japan is the best thing you'll ever eat in your life. Go, like for that reason alone.
It's ridiculous. Yeah, I wasn't crazy about the food in China. I'm not gonna lie. I was like,
Okay. Well, I've heard, and I don't know, so don't shoot the messenger. But I've heard that our version of Chinese food is like not accurate.
Yeah,
exactly.
I don't think so.
Okay.
Have you been to China before?
Not yet.
Oh, okay.
No. Hopefully, I will go soon because the meetings.
Yeah, I love it.
But yeah.
All right, so back to like content.
We're
all
so
that fun
ADHD,
stuff.
guys.
I know.
We're
in Japan now.
And now we're in Japan. Now we're in China. Okay.
Back to like the content. So we have a lot of newer students and graduates that are watching this. Like speaking to them directly, is there some things that aside from like creating content around the pillars, is there anything else that you would?
I think
tell
do
them
your
to be doing?
research. Just to do your research, because I feel like there's also so many people that are like, I'm just going to be a DJ. And I'm like, okay, but how?
Mm-hmm.
Like, what are you going to do? Who's your favorite artist? Who are you taking inspiration from? And people will stare at me blankly and be like, I don't know. I'm like, you should probably figure that out.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I think it's just know what you're going to get into. There's so many people now who are like, I'm going to be a DJ or I want to DJ. But you have to put the work in. It's not just going to like happen by osmosis.
Yeah, and I think people forget, like, when you take, it's important, like, super important, like you said, to take inspiration.
Yeah.
And try and, like, follow in the footsteps of some of your artists. You don't want to copy them directly, right? You want to have your own brand and everything. But especially with making music, like, I've made some of my best songs that have succeeded the most because I was like, I want to make something that sounds like this and just turn into its own thing.
And
but
when
it's
I
important
say
to do that.
doing your research, too, I think it's not just paying attention to, like, what they're posting on social media and what they're putting out. I think it's like, what radio shows are they on? How are they? What playlists are they on? And how are they doing that? Or like if they're doing some random collab, actually literally study. When I first got into K-pop, which was after I lost my job at Revolution, COVID 2020, we were all depressed at home. I literally had my sister, because she was very much so into K-pop, she made me PowerPoints. I was studying the Korean music business because it's completely different with how they operate. I was studying subsidiary of labels. I was studying like who the CEO of these labels were and who the A&Rs are. Like, you really got to pay attention to what's going on, because the last thing you want to do is go to EDC Orlando. You meet someone and they're like, oh, hey, I'm the A&R at this label, and you're like, what's that?
Yeah, and
you look dumb.
Yeah,
sorry. You got to do your research.
I know I have some stories where I was like that.
You're like, that was me.
I'm just trying to remember. I'm horrible with names and faces and all that stuff.
I'm not saying you need to know their whole life, but at least know the label.
Yeah.
So when they're like,
I know.
I feel like there's a lot of people that are like, I'm going to just be a DJ. And then you're like, oh, cool, what label do you want to release on? I don't know.
Yeah, or what's your goal, or like what's your...
That's why whenever I do interviews, I'm like, what are you taking inspiration from? Like, what do you want to accomplish? Because I'm always very interested to see if they're just like, oh, just like keep releasing, or like...
Yeah.
I want to play in China, or I want to do this, I want to be global, I want to have a release with John Summit. Like, there's so many different directions of what that could look like for each individual person. That's so different from you versus Dom Dalla.
Yeah, that's interesting. So, as far as other plans, like, are you booking like these festival interviews? Do you know? Are you going to be like at EDC Orlando this year? Or do you
I didn't know.
Okay.
So that was crazy because.
How last minute was it?
For context, I've been doing this since I was 18 years old, okay? So I've been doing it a really long time. Luckily enough, I'm friendly enough with most people to just be like, oh, hey, what's up? Like, what are you working on? Because it was like right before we left for the festival. We were kind of out our schedule, which, of course, people cancel. Other people are added in. I don't know, it's so... on the fly at a festival, especially because we are Insomniac Radio, so people were just coming and were like, hey, can we be interviewed? And we'd be like, you have 10 seconds, let's go, jump in. Like, it was crazy, so.
Who was your,
my favorite?
Or were you nervous? Like,
oh my God, Armin van Buuren.
Armin
van Buuren. I was like, that is the one I need to do, and I did it, and I low-key blacked out. I, don't remember.
Yeah.
But it was so great. I remember we were talking about, mental health and, meditation. I was like, this is crazy.
Yeah, you're having this conversation. I know, sometimes you have a bit of, oh, wow, I'm talking to this person right now about this topic.
Yeah, him and A-Lock. A-Lock was the most locked in person I feel like I've ever
pun intended.
I didn't mean to do that. Locked in person I've ever interviewed, or one of them where I was like, wow, I'm
he's really
starstruck actually right now.
Yeah.
It was crazy.
Oh, it's got to be interesting from that side. I've been on a few we had the interview the other day and stuff like that.
Zoom is hard though.
Yeah.
I hate to I don't love Zoom. It's being in person is so much different.
I think I did an Insomnia. I think I did an EDC one. Sorry to go.
No, you're good.
I'm just trying to jog.
You're like, wait, what happened?
I know, I'm so old. Was I even at EDC?
Was I there? I don't know. That's how I felt. I was
from the artist side, I just remember you're just so caught up in you just played a set and stuff like that, and that energy.
Yeah.
So it probably leads to a really interesting interview because the energy that you're getting from them is right after they hopped off stage.
We interviewed Side Piece and Bobby Schmurda right after they got off stage, and that was like craziest interview. It was so fun.
Yeah, because I mean, it's one of the best high. I can't really explain the high that you get after playing a set like that.
Yeah.
But it's like a crazy adrenaline rush, and so you're kind of on the come down from it. You're like, what just happened?
You're like, and then I'm like, so how was your set? And you're like, it was great. And then Bobby Schmurda's like going over the back of the couch and is screaming, and I was just like, this is crazy, right? This is some great content.
Yeah. Do you think a lot of people know that Side Piece is Party Favor and Nitty Gritty?
I don't know. Do people know? Do they know? I don't.
Did you know that, Alexia? But they used to be like huge. I mean, they're still very well respected in the like bass Party Favor and Nitty Gritty. That's who is Side Piece. Didn't know, that.
Oh, maybe. Well,
yeah, they were both like massive on their own before, and then
they combined, and now they're so
Piece.
funny. They're so funny.
I was DMing with Party Favor the other day.
I think I've interviewed them. I'm not joking. 5 times, 6 times over the past 5 years, 6 years. Like, it's separately, together. It's just, they're so funny.
Yeah,
and their content is so funny.
I did a remix for Party Favor like 6. It was him and Georgia Q. It was in my head, and someone commented like on a random. I think it was on like our podcast clip. Someone was like, "Side note, like this is like one of my favorite tracks."
Oh
this
my
remix.
God! See,
and I was like,
we love.
I know, and then I posted that comment, and then Party Favor messaged me. He's like, "Dude, I still play this out."
I actually, so it was funny because one of my friends in Korea, she's a DJ, and she posted playing at the club the Side Piece Bobby Schmurda song, and it was everyone was going crazy in the clip, so I tagged them in it, and she messaged me, she's like, oh my god, they reposted it or like commented or whatever. She's like, they need to come to Korea. I was like, we can work on that, let's see.
Let's make it happen.
Yeah,
it's cool that I guess back to like what I was saying about them being massive separate artists and then together, it's just an interesting.
Sometimes you're just better off with your bestie.
Yeah, I mean, I think they both were like at the top of their game, so maybe they were just like, all right, what's next,
Yeah, I mean, it's smart. And they're killing it.
Yeah.
Totally.
Yeah, I've thought
their
about
Twitter, if you haven't looked at their Twitter, it is so funny. They're so funny.
Are they tweeting each other? I wonder.
No, they're
one of them.
just the stuff that they're saying is so funny.
Yeah.
Like it's our internal monologue that they're just putting out to the world.
Do you think Twitter is still an important social
for K-pop?
media?
It really is.
Because I've not been posting on there for like 6 years.
I think what's the Instagram one?
Threads.
Threads is popping off.
Yeah, so go back on Threads.
I think go on Threads.
Because I like literally have not.
Threads
touched
is
that.
Interesting because it's very niche. Like if you have a specific niche, the people will find you. Kind of like Reddit, I feel like. Yeah. Twitter is still very big with K-pop, so I'll post all my interviews on there. I'll get like hundreds and thousands of reposts of it and clipped, and it's crazy.
If you had to rank like a social media importance for artists. Like, would it be like TikTok?
Okay, it depends.
It
Definitely depends who you have more followers on. Because for me, I have more followers on Instagram. So for me, it would be Instagram, TikTok. But some people, it's TikTok, Instagram.
Okay.
But those are definitely the top 2. I feel like Reels. Wait, sorry. Threads. Twitter.
Okay.
Everything else.
YouTube, maybe. And we're back. Yeah, so all those social platforms, I guess that would be the level of importance.
Yeah, I think it just depends.
So, yeah, as far as being a host, like, what has that experience been like? Has it been something that's just, like, amazing?
It's crazy. Well, I mean, it's still entertainment and music. So, fight for your pay. Don't, all that typical stuff. We're just treated the same as the artist, guys. Just letting you know. I went to school for journalism. I went to FAU. Shout out, hoot hoot. Go Owls. But I always just knew I wanted to be kind of the connection between the fan and the artist. Since I was very young, grew up watching TRL. Would run home watching Britney Spears and NSYNC and getting interviewed and, doing all that. But it's definitely been a journey. I was the in-arena host for the Florida Panthers for 3 years. So talking in front of 30,000 people live is wild.
Yeah.
Like going from that to radio where I'm basically talking to myself, crazy, but love it. But radio's just so fun. Like I love radio so much. TV is definitely more buttoned up and proper, and
radio's a bit more freeing.
Radio's just free. You're like, what are you doing?
Yeah, it's just kind of like
what music?
Talking to your friends.
Yeah, you're just talking to your besties. It's fun.
I love that. You think we have time to do the track review?
Yeah.
Would you be down for that?
I'm down.
Think we can set it up?
Sure.
All right.
Yeah, I just gotta set it up.
All right, so we're going to segue into our track review.
Yay.
Boom.